Hi guys, today we're going to make a concrete driftwood sailboat. You're going to need a boat mold, some driftwood, oil, sand, cement, water, and some mixing containers and spoons. First, generously oil the mold. You can use a piece of paper towel and just rub it all around, make sure it gets everywhere. Next, you're going to add 1 part sand, and here we're going to use 2 scoops. And 1 part cement, and again 2 scoops. You'll want to mix this together. Get it nice and incorporated. We've used a wooden spoon here, but you could actually just dig your hands in and mix it up. As long as you're wearing gloves, of course. And then once that's combined, we're going to use 1 part water. So in our case, 1 cup, since we use 2 cups of each of the dry material. Then mix that together thoroughly. You can add a little bit more of the dry material if you need to, because you're going to need to adjust it to like a really thick cake batter. Now you'll just fill your mold almost all the way to the top. Gently tap that mold on the surface. That'll help level out the concrete. Once your concrete is firmed up a bit, insert the driftwood mast and then let it cure for several hours. Before it fully cures, insert an eyelet at the back of the boat. Allow it to cure for 24 to 48 hours and then remove it from the mold. Now you want to grab a piece of sandpaper and sand all of the edges and surfaces of your boat. Next, drill a pilot hole 1.5 inches from the boat's surface and screw an eyelet into that hole. You don't want to go all the way through, just a little bit in to get that eyelet in. And repeat about 1 inch from the top of the driftwood. Now take a measurement, measure the length of the bottom and the sides for the sail. I'm going to measure up to the top of the driftwood, or up to the eyelet as well. I use those measurements to cut out the sail. So there's the short side of the sail, and then measure from the top of the long side down to the end of the short side and get your triangle and cut that out. And then what you do is you just flip it over and cut out the same, use that as a template and cut out another triangle so that it matches this one. And that way you'll have the 2 right sides of the paper facing out. You're going to glue these together in just a moment. Now you could do this with fabric as well, and that would be really cool if you have a nice coastal themed fabric. Here we've used just a double-sided tape to put these sails together. That way you don't want to use wet glue, you know, like a craft glue, because it can cause like a bubbling look in the paper. And if you need to trim any edges, just go ahead and do that now. Now you'll want to line up your sail with those eyelets like it's going to be sitting on the boat, and that'll give you an idea of where you need to punch your holes. We're going to use a 3-hole punch, but if you have a single hole punch, that'll work just as well. So once you've marked your spots, then go ahead and punch those holes. Now you're going to tie the sail to the eyelets using some twine. So thread the twine through the eyelet and then through the hole in the sail, and gently tie a knot. You don't want to rip the paper. And repeat with all 3 eyelets. You have one at the top, one at the bottom, and then one toward the end of the boat. Now go ahead and use some scissors just to trim off the excess twine. And look at that, we have a beautiful cement driftwood sailboat. I want to thank Sustain My Craft Habit for contributing this project to Crafts by Amanda. Thanks for watching.